making sure kids don't go hungry when they go home for the summer. I'm Jill Horner. This is Comcast Newsmakers. With me is Ruth Todd. She's director of the Kids Division for the Community Food Bank of New Jersey. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Before we get into your summer food program for children, let's talk a little bit about the work that you do throughout the year. You're serving children and families in several different ways. You have 2 food programs and 2 non-food programs in addition to that summer program. Let's start with the food programs. You have an after-school program called the Kids Cafe.
We do. And thank you for bringing this up, because lots of times people don't realize that within the food bank they don't always expect that we have non-food programs, but that's what I love about Kids Division, is that we've really moved. Our primary mission, of course, is always food, but in addition to that, we are trying to address issues of poverty as well. So our 2 food programs are Kids Cafe. It's an after-school meal program where we provide meals to about 2,000 students every day, and that program runs throughout the school year. And then the other program that we run during the school year is the Family Pack program. This is a weekend bag program where we provide supplemental food for about a family of 4. The students that participate in the program are referred to us through selected schools, and they let us know that this child, we teach them about and provide training to look for the signs of hunger or food insecurity in any way. Those teachers can then refer the children to the program. We provide bags for them, and they are picked up by the school and distributed every Friday at these schools. So those are our 2 feeding programs during the school year. And then the 2 non-food programs are Tools for Schools, which is a teaching supply store. It's basically a free store for teachers, where teachers in school districts that serve students who are eligible for free and reduced lunch at 70% or higher. These are then what we would consider underserved schools. So we know that the greatest need could be there.
And that's one of your non-food programs,
Right.
but you mentioned this idea of working to address poverty overall.
Correct.
Food is a big component of that, but you also are working to provide clothing for infants and toddlers.
That's right. We also have a program called Kids Closet. We receive donations of brand new clothing through various retail outlets, and it's through our partnering agencies. We're not open directly to the public, but through our many partnering agencies, including any of those schools who participate in the Tools for Schools program. Anyone could access that clothing request form and submit that to us, and we would fill that order. It's usually 3 to 4 outfits for every child.
We mentioned summer feeding programs, and many people may think about hunger during the holiday season, but hunger happens throughout the year. And for kids who participate in a school lunch and maybe a school breakfast program as well, summer's really challenging for them and their families.
Exactly. There are about, I think it's 400,000 plus children who are eligible for free and reduced lunch throughout the school year. So what are those children doing throughout the summer? And you have to think too that if those children are qualifying for that school lunch program, we're not sure the situation financially of that family. So maybe or maybe not they can afford a summer program to begin with. But the summer programs that the Community Food Bank serves primarily don't collect any, most of them don't collect any sort of fee for their summer program. And therefore it makes it difficult for them to provide food through their program, and that's where the Community Food Bank comes in and provides those breakfasts and lunch every day at those summer feeding programs. Last year we served about 1,000 meals per day, every operating day. And then I'm really happy about our southern branch, which is in Egg Harbor. We knew that there was an issue in Cumberland County, and so they started their summer feeding program last year and served over 30,000 meals. So we're very happy about being able to do that. But that need is still great, and sponsorship is open to any organization, basically. The Community Food Bank works very diligently to serve those in our community service territory, but sponsorship is really important to address this over the summer.
Thanks so much for being with us.
Sure, thank you for having me.
We've been talking with Ruth Todd. She is director of the Kids Division for the Community Food Bank of New Jersey. I'm Jill Horner.